I don't get it in personalism. It's like it is hellish. If you think about it, imagine if you had to give up your personal life, your freedom to make choices, give up music, dancing, friendship, romantic love, good food, just relationships, doing things, sports, games, to give up everything, and what do you get in return? You get to radiate. For all eternity, you get to radiate. It's like, congratulations, we have a winner here. So, you can really see how Prabodhananda Saraswati said that Kaivalyam Narakayate, this impersonal oneness, really is hellish. It actually is hellish. It's hellish. It's like going to hell. People who've had sort of miserable lives, maybe they want to give up their personal life, but anyone that has really experienced the unlimited possibilities and pleasures of being a person, it's just the unlimited potential for pleasure in personal relationships and friendships, even in romantic love, that's, as imperfect as it may be, it does point to something beyond itself of a similar kind. In other words, romantic love, if you imagine romantic love which is actually pure, it'd be a great thing. So the problem with romantic love is not romantic love. That's impersonalism. The problem with romantic love is that when it becomes polluted by hypocrisy. In other words, saying I love you but actually wanting something for oneself. But pure romantic love is actually spiritual. So anyone that's experienced all these things, why would you give up being a person? It just seems the most perverse, wrong-headed, hellish thing to give up your personal life rather than develop it and refine it. Yes, back there, you...
Prabhupada speaks in Bhagavad Gita, I believe it's 4:10, in regards to the attachment. The purport, so much suffering in the conditioned state of life, one aspires to have no idea.
Right.
He speaks of that as an attachment. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, attachment basically means pursuing selfish goals. Like, never mind the world, I just want what I want. And it's something which is not noble. So, that's suffering. If you think, I want to stop suffering, you're just pursuing your own interest. And it's about as noble as someone who, the headache can take aspirin. Well, I don't want to endorse a particular brand here, but you take some form of, what is it, ibuprofen? ISKCON Sannyasi is not allowed to endorse commercial brands. So let's say you have a headache and you take something for it. It's like, what's so noble and deep and spiritual about that? So if you have emotional pain, you don't want to be a person. It's like, it just seems like a simple, selfish impulse. You have a question?
The desire is natural, but you cannot give up desire. So it depends on how you use it.
Yeah, desire is great. Desire is a great thing. And if you have no desires, you're kind of like, well, you'd probably be infinitely boring. Desire makes you real. It makes you alive. It makes you a person. It's just having good desires, worthy desires. If you had no desires, you'd just be a thing. You'd just be some, thing that just, cognizes or something. If you had no desire, why would you, look in this direction instead of that direction? Unless your head was just sort of mechanically set to rotate in a certain way. But if you had no desire, you couldn't be a person, because why would you do anything? Why would you not do anything? There could be no reason to do or not do anything. So how would you be a person? And even the desire not to have desire is both.
I thought it was very interesting when you said there's no person in the spiritual world.
Well, in the sense of formal activity different from other activities. It is interesting, in other words, we go to the store, we go to the office, we go to the temple or church. In the spiritual world, everyone is in love with Krishna, and Krishna is just the center of everything. And so the entire I'm using religion here sort of in the ordinary, modern sense of religion versus spirituality, which is not necessarily, it's sort of a useful distinction. So, in the spiritual world, Krishna is everything for everyone. It's not like there's some separate activity which you could call religion. Yes?
How we could be personal if we don't know ourselves, our deep selves, like a person?
Well, we're being personal imperfectly. That's why our relationships sometimes are problematic, because we are being personal imperfectly. Selfishness is actually not personal. Selfishness is actually mechanical, because it's like stimulus response. I see that, I want that, I go for that. It's not... Selfishness is actually impersonal. And so the real cause of impersonalism is selfishness. And the extent to which we are fully personal, we are ourselves. Yes?
Can you say something about the babyhood of Krishna in the spiritual world?
The babyhood of Krishna in the spiritual world. Okay, got to go to my internal Veda base. Does Krishna really do that stuff in the spiritual world? Do you have any pundits here? Really? No. I'm saying that. Nice try, Prabhu. So, I think I know he doesn't, like killing demons, that's sort of something that's done down here. As far as Krishna, I remember, at least my impression is that Krishna is eternally a certain age, and in this world he goes through these things. But you can look it up and tell me.
Conception form. During the breakfast I had a discussion with people, so I didn't want to start now. But the conceptual form becomes tangible physically when it manifests to the material world in Bhagavatam. But it is there. It is in the spiritual world. Prabhupada says spiritual world where everything exists.
Yes, but I still am interested to know whether Krishna performs his baby pastimes there. I don't think there's so much to discuss. I just need to see the facts, some statement from Shastra, because Krishna can manifest different eternal forms in different places. So you let us know, right? But my impression is, what I remember hearing is that in the spiritual world, Krishna is eternally a teenager.
Connected with the point that you made, that the baby pastime here is purpose, in the sense of helping us to be controlled, to relate to childhood experience.
Yes. And one thing I want to say, it is so healthy. It's like, oh God, there's no time to go into this now. Maybe I'll just mention it in passing and leave everyone confused and frustrated and, if not indignant. But, there's this whole Christian thing. And I'm not talking about Jesus, because I think there are significant differences between Jesus and Christianity. But there's this whole Christian thing about how God becomes a human and suffers. I mean, there are other ways to show empathy with humanity other than just suffering. And so, it's like, for God so loved the world that he killed himself. Because, the Son is also true God. And so, it's like, I think I was very fortunate. I think my parents really loved me very much. And, but I don't think I would have really been inspired if they would have killed themselves for me, like, just to show you how much we love you. So, I think I would have found that really kind of horrific, and what are you doing? So, Krishna, in other words, the same thing that historical Christianity, as opposed to the historical figure of Jesus, this whole emphasis that God is so wonderful that God becomes a human and goes through what we go through. Here you have Krishna doing that, but in a very positive, upbeat, Krishna way. It's like yo humanity. It's, Krishna comes down And he's playing like a baby, he plays like in Vrindavan, he dates heavily, he becomes a prince, he just does all these really cool human things, but he doesn't have to kill himself. So it just shows that even the sort of like the kernel of truth in certain claims made in various traditions, all these things really find their best and purest and most pleasing expression in Krishna. Everything really is there in Krishna consciousness.